All right, now let's look at our consumer wrapper. Go ahead in the wrappers folder, create the consumerwrapper.py file. And similar to the producer, we're going to encapsulate the Kafka consumer class from Confluent Kafka. And you want to show like the full life cycle of the Kafka consumer. So we're going to connect to the cluster, subscribe to one or more topics. We're going to pull and read the messages, and then we're going to shut down. All right. So that's our intention here. But first, again, let's work on our imports. So let's do the login. Let's do the typing. We'll do Confluent Kafka. Import the consumer class. And also the serialization, because we need to deserialize the records. Okay, so let's set up the log. At information level. In our format, one more time, same thing. Time. Level name. And message. All right, let's instantiate that. Perfect. Now we are ready to build our constructor. So let's call it Kafka consumer. And that's just the extendable wrapper. Let's do this. Let's do our constructor of the class. And we're going to have the bootstrap servers. You know this now, but that's just the external listener address to the broker. We'll need the group ID, right? That's the consumer group ID that are gonna send. Everything needs to be set. Offset reset. This is where we're starting if no committed offset exists. So earliest or latest, where we're starting reading from it. We'll also have the enable auto commit. That's a boolean. We'll have a true. That means that if it's true, let me take this out. We don't need that. If it's true, the commits offset is going to happen automatically in the background. All right. And also we do have the deserializer, which will be optional. So that's the optional function for us to convert the raw bytes into key objects. And also the value deserializer also will be optional. That's, again, the optional function to convert the raw bytes into the message options at this point. Okay, so after this, we can go ahead, build the configuration file. So these are, it's going to be the minimal settings required to connect to Kafka. And just like we've seen, you can go back to the librd documentation to add more stuff in here if you wish. Let's generate our configuration. Bootstrap servers. Bootstrap servers. We'll have the group ID. Group ID. Auto offset reset. Auto offset reset. Enable auto commit, enable auto commit. Okay. Finally, after define the configuration, we can instantiate our consumer, passing the config, and we're gonna set a flag to tell if it's running equals to false. We're gonna use this to control in later in our main loop, just to make sure that while it's running, keep looking for messages. So we're starting this that it's not running at first. Okay. Also, finally, we're gonna assume that everything is plain UTF text. So that's why we're just seeing key serializer, this serializer equals to key the serializer. That's why they're optional for now, but we're gonna use this later. Finally, let's log this. Consumer, initialize, and then what we can do, I don't know. We can show the group ID, and we also can show to which broker it's connected. So the broker, the Bootstrap servers. Okay, with that, we finish our constructor. And then next, we're gonna go implement the other functions, other methods, like subscribing to the topics and things that I've seen in the simple constructor. Okay?